What about on the phone? Just hit it.
Yep, it just started, so let's get the phone go live. Well,
Is the microphone hot? It's on. Microphone. What's up, guys?
Hold
We're
on.
live. We're calling this Lee's Lions Den, and today we're talking about fishing with dynamite, hitting blue collar lottery tickets, and we're live on Instagram, Facebook, YouTube, everywhere. Celebrating the blue collar American dream, guys. selling solar in Dallas, I'm going to an area where hailstorms have happened. Because I would tell that customer, hey, look, I don't know if you've seen, it's crazy. There's an epidemic of people overpaying for power. I'm sure you've seen the price increases. Look, since we're doing the roof, you may qualify for some insane tax credits that would pay that would be insane for you not to evaluate. It's just a quick energy evaluation. And so once you have built rapport with the roof, then you're going to solar. Shout out to my man, Mitch Fracker. We've been working together on this roofing Redline app, and it's going to change both the roofing and solar game because we believe that there's a gold mine of opportunity to roofers that don't know solar because they can't get it closed, because they don't know the process. And this app is going to let you plug in, and we have a team of closers, thousands of people across the United States. I've got people, but we'll personally close your solar deals. And so the biggest thing I can tell you is roofers try to sell their first solar deals, and solar is sold completely different than roofing. And so I see roofers screw it up all the time. They try to sell it like a roof. They're too proud to follow another plan. And what happens is they screw it up. And the best thing I can tell you is if you just get a copy of the bill, if you work with someone else to help you close it, you watch them close it, then that's the best way to learn the business. And vice versa, solar guys. Look, y'all are walking away from a huge opportunity inside of this roofing Redline app. What we're going to be doing is very simple. We're going to be given a bottom line price for solar guys to get roofs installed and still make a commission. We're also going to make it easy for solar sales organizations to get paid overrides on their sales teams, just basically from managing neighborhoods. And the coolest thing about like roof jobs, solar jobs, a solar job that you did 2 years ago, Mitch, he's over there in PSL. He had a solar job that had an old roof. And our insurance company sent her a letter and says, hey, we're going to be dropping you if you don't replace the roof. And so sure enough, Mitch basically goes out there now with his shirt from our RCA. He's a roofer. He's a solar guy. And the roof has storm damage. So lo and behold, Mitch files a claim, even though we've already sold him solar on the roof. We get the roof paid for by the insurance. The insurance company pays to detach and reset the solar. And so it's a bigger job, but the insurance pays for it. And so solar projects can, in the future, turn to roofing projects. Of course, a built roof is a perfect project ready for solar. And a lot of times, like here in Florida, a lot of people are like, man, Lee, the laws are changing. How are you dealing with the landscaping? And the reality is this solar insurance retail process, it's allowed us to partner up with solar organizations and get more roofs through hiring solar sales guys to sell roofs. It's allowed us to really learn the retail business. Learning how to sell retail, it really involves learning how to sell financing and payments, and solar really teaches you how to sell financing and payments. I'd say, guys, any questions about solar? It's a very, very hot topic right now. You know, inflation, yeah, interest rates are going up. Yeah, more people have a hard time affording things, but this plays right into the hand of anyone that's selling solar because, you know, a small amount of savings, a big amount of money back come tax season. This could be exactly what somebody living paycheck to paycheck needs to want to take action and sign up for a project. Where y'all coming in from? Comment below, maybe any questions you may have. We got something big coming up September 1st through 3rd, Blue Collar American Dream Conference. I don't know if y'all have heard about this, but we do events differently. If you don't know me, I'm Lee Haight. I own a $100 million roofing company. I've coached contractors and home service generate more than $400 million in results. I'm known as the guy that's the blue collar marketing guy. Nobody advertises on social media for profit in home service like us. And the reality is we combine digital marketing with door-to-door. And at the Blue Collar American Dream Conference, I'm going to teach you my blueprint. But my blueprint involves bringing in people from outside the industry. And so we've got Wes Watson, a guy that who in here knows Wes Watson? Anybody know Wes? Wes is a good friend of mine. Dude practices what he preaches. He's for real. What you see on the internet is what you get. And Wes is going to be speaking about how to win the war with yourself. So many of y'all watch this content. You're sitting there watching this content. Put some hearts in here. If you want to be the star, you want to be a social sales king, you want more followers, you want to sell more on social media, you want to build your social media brand. You know, comment on there. Say I'm him. Say I'm him. I don't know if y'all saw that ad. I did an ad, a silly ad about the promotion of an event. And I said all the blue collars are pissed off with the pronouns. You know, the pronouns being shoved down our throat. And the reality is you know what? I'm him. I'm the guy that's here to raise the status for blue collars, for the family guys. And so
if you're the guy that knows that you need to be creating more social media content, then type in I'm him, because I'm here to inspire you just to get out there. I found my voice doing these live streams a long time ago. It really raised my business. Like, adding social media to my business, it changed my life. The only thing that's holding you back a lot of times, if y'all are starting your business, if you're on your journey, is people don't know who you are. They don't know what you have to offer. And the more hands you shake, the more money you make. So if you're out there on social media, you're shaking more hands, there's more opportunities, and the world's a smaller place. So bottom line is, guys, what we want y'all to do is join us at the Blue Collar American Dream Conference, September 1st through 3rd. Now, Wes is just one speaker, but Brad Lee, he's the guy that everybody says, is the highest in demand. We just sent a poll out to everybody. Everyone wants to hear Brad Lee. See, I knew Brad before he was this big social media star, and Brad grew his audience. He just celebrated 1 million followers on Instagram. He's got one of the most listened to podcasts. I just did my Dropping Bombs episode. It's coming out. I'm partnering with Brad in Real Roofing, and I'm really excited for him to announce what that means for roofers, for people getting into the industry, for solar guys. But, dude, Brad is hilarious. And you know what? You got to learn how to make your oddities your commodities. Brad's funny. He's witty. He's willing to say whatever the fuck to make somebody laugh. And so he's not afraid of sharing crazy stuff from his past or getting into topics that some might consider controversial. And to get recognized in the world, you need to implement the strategies from somebody like Brad. You know what's funny is, Brad's a lot older than me, might have a lot more hair, but he's doing social media like a younger guy. And you know what? I got to say, that's why getting him to come to the conference was real important. But anyways, it's not just the speaking shit that we do different. Comment below or give me some hearts if y'all enjoy some of the fighting content. Everybody's talking about Zuck versus Elon Musk. I just saw that Elon Musk was training with Lex Friedman. And who do y'all think that is going to win this fight? Elon? Elon looks like he has the weight. He might have a little bit of the killer psychotic mentality. It seems like he's certainly the guy who won't quit and won't stop till the death. But it seems like Zuck's got more of the skill. I've seen a little bit of his training clips. I see that, he's, getting decent with jiu-jitsu. I mean, moving around with some punches. I don't know about his striking, but here's the thing. Who do y'all got, Elon or Mark? The reality is like jiu-jitsu, training, MMA, it's very therapeutic, and it's kind of like it's reaching sort of a massive hill. And for me, like when crazy stuff started happening in the United States and the pandemic happened, like, dude, boxing fitness saved my life. I got in the best shape of my life. And so we started holding fights at our personal development event. Last year, I got in the cage with Best Damn Roofer. He busted a beer bottle over my head. It was epic. I got a lot of Elons. Janacek Cody says, Mark, yeah. Right now, I'd have to give the edge to Zuck, okay? And it's all because of the jiu-jitsu. I mean, how many of y'all think that y'all could kick my ass? I'm sure many of y'all understand I'm a skinny little bitch boy. But the reality is, guys, that everybody underestimates this skinny little bitch boy. And, in the mats, it comes down to the trained versus the untrained. And, you're in different waters when, I don't know if y'all know what like a half guard or deep half guard is. It's where you're lying on your back. We just got done with the Monday Jiu-Jitsu competition practice. And let me tell you something, dude, the only thing that you can do is sometimes you just got to go through sucking at this jiu-jitsu stuff. And I didn't like it because I was pretty good at striking off the bat. But let me tell you something. I got my ass choked out and beat at almost every single roll early on in jiu-jitsu. And really it was good for me because a lot of times my talent or being good at something is what has prevented me from finding greatness. And I think that's a problem a lot with society. And so at my event, I'm going to encourage everyone to get uncomfortable and try jiu-jitsu maybe for the first time or participate, get back more involved. I've invited Gilbert Burns, and he's going to be running a seminar, but he's not the only one. My jiu-jitsu coach, he actually just made it to the UFC, Charles Radke. Y'all got to check him out. He's going to be there. Tim Crater, Forrest Griffin, UFC legends. I'm really pumped about who we all have coming, but that's not even the coolest thing. That night for entertainment, the world's best grapplers. There's this thing called ADCC. It's a like Olympic for submission grappling, and I sponsored it. So did Joe Rogan. So did Logan Paul. But I figured the money that I paid to sponsor a big event like that, I could hold my own competition and create a lot of local interest. So we're having a jiu-jitsu fight for $25,000. I'm the first kind of private guy just to throw up money in the air for people to strangle themselves to see who wins. But it's all for the blue-collar American dream. And we're all in a fight, whether you're fighting the big banks who are just going belly up or the stock market. Anyone that has assets in the stock market knows, like you're losing a lot of your value day by day. The reality is like it doesn't matter who it is, whether they're telling you to get another booster shot, a vaccine, the big banks, the big insurance companies, the big corporations. I saw a statistic today, and I don't know if y'all are aware of this, but there's one company that controls 88% of the stocks in the S&P 500. Did y'all know that? Did y'all know that one multi-trillion-dollar company controls 88% of the S&P 500? So the answer to beat the big is actually to be a blue-collar American dream guy. And so it's going to take a fight, dude. They don't want you to win. The fucking billionaires that are, oops, we accidentally printed $6 billion and sent it to Ukraine. Those motherfuckers don't want us to make a come up. They want us to go to college, get trapped in debt, get kind of conditioned to become a factory worker. And you know what? Everyone's starting to realize that corporate lie. Give me some hearts if that's not for you, because a lot of the people come to me, they build their own business within my business, they gain a skill. I tell most of y'all, if you're broke, if you're not feeling right, dude, you gotta learn how to communicate. And whether it's on social media or it's door to door, the ability to communicate or influence, this is where you get to the next levels of income. And so, we're going to be teaching that at my event, but the main thing that we're going to be teaching is like how to just believe in yourself. And even if you're not good at something, my guy Juan here, he says, dude, you got to make at least 300 cold calls just to get over the fear of cold calling so you can be comfortable enough to be decent at the cold call. And it's like most people in that process are going to be like, man, this sucks. I quit. I'd probably say maybe 50-60% of the people, they won't even go through the necessary simple little 300 calls that it takes just to get over that simple little fear. But that's sort of like what's wrong with society. Everybody is soft as fuck. And that's why I think all of y'all, like, dude, I was soft as fuck too. I smoked cigarettes. I was not in great shape. I drank every night. I made a lot of money. But I was like, dude, I thought I was a badass, and I was soft as baby shit. And I'll be honest with you, my business was soft. Some of the relationships in my business, some of you don't want to grow your business. The biggest leverage to grow your business is hard conversations. And so by getting a little harder on myself in fitness or in jiu-jitsu, I was able to be a little bit harder on my team in business. And I'm a softie, okay? When it comes down to it, holding people accountable, firing people is probably my weakness. But one thing's for sure. It's like, you know what? Your standards are what you tolerate. And so ever since I started training, our standards have really started to rise. So you might say that whenever the world fell apart, I woke up and chose violence. Because like literally the boxing training led to sparring, which led to taking fights, which led to now an obsession with becoming like the most deadly motherfucker possible. And now I realize, okay, it's not just hands, man. You got to be ready for what happens when the zombie apocalypse comes. So give me some heart, some fire if y'all are ready for the zombie apocalypse with, your semi-automatic shotguns, your assault rifles, your grenades, all of your ammo. I don't know all y'all preppers out there if y'all are ready to go, but we ready over here, in case all shit starts popping. But look, here at the Blue Collar American Dream, we can't go out and blow shit up. What we can do is we can fish with dynamite. Let me talk to you about fishing with dynamite. This is the first time I blew up. First time I blew up, I had the balls to run somebody else's play. I got this like insight into this opportunity to create leads. It was called basically voice broadcasting back in the day. I was dialing thousands of numbers, and people for the first time were hearing these messages where they could press one. Anyways, I sent out this message to Atlanta. It took balls. My dad said, "You're going to get us arrested. You're fishing with dynamite. What the fuck is wrong with you?" Here I am, 25 years old. I'm partying my balls off, okay? At 25 years old, I was making good money, and I was probably the definition of toxic masculinity, problem child, just chasing around empty suit type person. But either way, I could sell, and I had a good business, and I came across a big idea, and that was that I would pull the data from a Kohl's directory. I'd find the most expensive homes, and this what the data did was it taught me that the devil's in the data, and I would only basically call the nicest neighborhoods in Atlanta, Georgia with this pre-recorded message. And I was slick. They didn't know if I was a government agency. They didn't know if I was a contractor. They didn't know what the fuck I was, but it sounded a little bit like this. Boop, boop. This is a public service announcement. You are in the path of a catastrophic hailstorm. Please press 1 now to schedule your free hail damage inspection. Hail damage is not visible from the ground but can cause leaks. Please press 1 now before you sustain leaks. Look, please press 1 or your roof and house will fall to the ground and burn. No, I'm just playing. But what I'm telling you is it worked, and we got fucking leads. And you know what? My dad was like, you're calling people on the do not call list. What the fuck is wrong with you? And I'm like, dude, but we're making money hand over fist. Shut the fuck up. Let's just make the money. And at this time period is when I met my wife. She was in school. She was an x-ray tech. She came into my office first time. She's working, going to college. I'm thinking, damn, she's got her stuff together. Good looking girl, going to school, hustling, working. She's working in my call center, willing to go knock on doors. It was love at first sight. So this public service announcement, not only did it create this incredible energy in my office with tons of leads, I went and posted my first ads to hire tons of salespeople. More leads, it creates new problems. Fishing with dynamite creates new problems. And so if you want to learn more, go to tothemoon.com, tothemooncontractor.com. Go to tothemooncontractor.com. The modern day fishing with dynamite is actually selling on social media. And if you go to that, you'll see about 10 different people that I've been able to literally make them millions of dollars, multi-millionaires. These are some of my best case studies. Each one of them did things differently, come from different places. One of them's like a firefighter. He had to quit his job to get to where he needed to go. And next thing he knows, he's got a $6 million business. Another guy was a Mennonite farmer, did $2.6 million his first year, never sold roofs and never did residential. Now he's got a business over $5 million. This year's guy, Richie Coletti, $3 million, grew his business to $8 million. But these are not the only guys, dude. We've had guys start at $16 million, now doing over $100 million in business. You want to earn your first million, you want to go to 8 figures, you want to go from 8 figures to 9 figures, we're your guy. And if you're an outside guy, like an exterior contractor, windows, decks, doors, roofing, siding, gutters, you have nobody else, because we are the kings of the space and we want to be partnered with you, kicking everybody's ass. The reality is, if you go to tothemooncontractor.com, this shit, what I'm talking about, this public service announcement, that was years ago. But now we can use artificial intelligence. We can use video. We can retarget who's watching the video. We can capture the data, retarget them with text and email follow-up. It's incredible with what we can do. But guys, you're watching this content. All of you are at different places in your life, okay? Some of you are looking to make your first 200 grand. You're looking to get into the business. And for you, you've got to learn the discipline. I see so many people that don't want to do the work. They don't want to knock the doors, do the cold calls, do the follow-ups, do the training. They don't want to put in the legwork and the time that it takes for true mastery. And that's why you don't get the results that we're getting. Everybody just wants to hit the easy button. And so for you, look, guys, we want to get you access to the tools. We want to give you free training. We'll get you all plugged up. All right. There's a lot of good free content on my YouTube. Then I got the contractors, the roofers, the guys that are $500,000, $1 million, $2 million. $5 million. They want to get to $10 million, dude. You can send me a DM. That's the best way to connect. And what I want you to do is send me your cell phone. We'll text, we'll get together, we'll call. But bottom line is, we have a coaching group, a private coaching group. And inside the group, we have weekly calls. We do calls like this. But most importantly, I implement my business system into your business. And whether I just coach you or whether I implement it, we have 2 different levels. And so actually everyone on this live stream can get access to all of the training, the best training that I've ever created. And you know what? This is probably dumb one, but I'm going to give everybody on the live stream free access, a free trial to Sky Diamonds, free book. We also got signed books. If y'all want to sign up, just type in Sky Diamonds in the comment. But as I get back to the story of how I met my wife, the thing was, I had to get committed, because we were having success in our business. And, this was the best thing that ever happened in my life. Of course, meet my wife, business growing up. This is 13 years ago. Next thing we know, my wife is pregnant. Now, so many times, business owners, contractors, people might go through this scenario and really kind of like overthink, what do you do next? What do I do next? Well, you know what? I say, let's get married. Commit now, figure it out later. Same thing that I have done with my life. And truth is the best thing that ever happened to me. My wife, she now not only takes care of my house and home, my kids, but she is literally the best thing in my business for getting stuff done. She gets it done all over the place. She holds me accountable. She's my warden. And a lot of y'all are like scared to commit. And the girl of your dreams has already gone through. And then a lot of y'all are like doing business the same way. It's like when you're staring at something good and you got a good gut feeling about it, why does analysis paralysis of always thinking that there's something else got to mean that you can't give this 100%? I see it all the time. People that follow me, they have a business, they want to grow their business, they're stagnant, they want to grow, and they're like, dude, I'm in, but I need to think about it. I really don't want to be pushed. I just want to think about it. But dude, how much thought does it take? We've generated 400 million in results. There's been so many of the evidence, the stories told on social media. And what's funny is like we've been doing this a long time. Comment if anybody wants some hats. Type in Sky Diamonds. We'll send you hats. We'll send you shirts. But this year is sort of stressful because I'm running 4 different businesses, and it's almost like I add a 5th different business every year. The conference. It's like, Lee, how do you do it? How do you run a roofing company, a solar company? We estimate for roofers and supplement their insurance claims. We have a separate division that will actually fight your insurance company. That's a 3rd business. But I'm going to be real with y'all. My roofing, my solar, my supplement business, this consulting company and growing roofing companies gets a lot of my time. Whenever I have to go and put a conference on, oh my God, it all changes because I put millions of dollars out and I go all in. And it's just like when a hailstorm or a hurricane comes through, we go all in on growth. And I think, what most people forget, risk is the down payment for success. And so giving away some hats, giving away free books, type in Sky Diamonds. If you're interested in being a part of our community, we'll get you all hooked up with some free shit. But it's like, you know what, Lee, this is like my favorite day of the year. Friday night, we're giving away 25 grand because I want all the local jiu-jitsu players, all the people from Florida, all the fight fans to get in the room with the industry, with the roofers, with the contractors. And what's going to happen is we're going to give these opportunities, these guys to stick around and stay for our conference. And hopefully hundreds of people from the MMA community in Florida, from the jiu-jitsu community, join our industry. Because that's my purpose in life, is to teach people how to make money, even if it's a side hustle, part-time, full-time, good. There's going to be an economic collapse. We're talking about banks failing. You need to make more money, and everyone's got a roof. Everyone's got a power bill. Roofs and solars are very expensive. You don't have to do the jobs. You sell them, and I want to give you the free training on how it works. Just type in Sky Diamond, especially if you've never made your first $200,000. Guys, unfortunately, $200,000 is the new $100,000. And it's like, Lee, what's the new what's 50,000? Well, 50,000 is 100,000 now. And so it's like, what do we got to do? Okay, Adrian says talk about real estate. All right, let me tell y'all. I was an independent entrepreneur, and banks don't want to loan money to people like me and you. What they want to loan money for, they want to loan money to people that have a W-2 income. They want to loan you money if you go into debt for a student loan. But if you're an independent business owner, sometimes it can be hard to qualify for a loan. Even now with interest rates going up, it may be harder for you to qualify. So, I had to do a couple things. I had to open up a certain type of company, an LLC, an S-Corp. I had to pay myself as a W-2 employee. I had to establish good, basically, accounting for my own independent business systems before a bank would give me a loan for my first house. My first house I bought with the FHA loan, and it was a good investment. It was in Dallas-Fort Worth, Texas. I got a 4,800 square foot house for like $330 grand. We lived in it for like 2 years, sold it for 400 and something. I made 120 grand. Okay, wow, 120 grand, great. Moved to Florida, you know what I spent that money on? A motherfucking conference. And now, 5 years later, the conference will do millions of dollars. You might think, Lee, you sold real estate money and spent it on a conference? Yeah, my wife wasn't very happy about it. But here's the thing. The first conference, it really didn't make us a ton of money. It was sort of a break even. And after we were done, it was like that money disappeared. And my wife was like, God damn, you're an idiot. But the thing is that I got a little experience and I invested into the brand. And so, truth is like, don't always pass judgment till a few years later. And so that brought me into my first multifamily investment. My first multifamily investment happened shortly after my house. I sold this guy 10 different commercial roofs, and I beat out another roofer. I built a relationship with him. He owed me some money. When he went to pay me the money, I said, just save that money because I need a little bit more than that. I need this much for this apartment complex. It was a 12-unit property. I had acquired the property off the market. It was a friend of mine's dad's property, and I bought it off the market. And so this is in Dallas-Fort Worth. If I had still held this 12-unit property, it'd be worth millions of dollars right now. But I did the short-sighted thing, and I sold it 8 months later, made hundreds of thousands of dollars. I mean, on that transaction, I made about at least 330 grand, and I'd put absolutely no money into the flip. I put absolutely nothing into the deal. Nothing. I just literally raised rents and stabilized it for about 6 months and put it on the open market for bid and got a big profit because I bought real estate under market value. One of my friends here recently made $300,000 last month flipping houses in Venice, Northport, some of these areas, and it's because some of these people are ready to leave Florida because the cost of insurance, because of the cost of replacing a property after a storm, and there's some motivated people that are trying to get out. And he's basically a sales expert at getting his foot in the door, and he's got automation, direct mail, and a team, but he basically will close these leads, and he goes there and just offers people like really low offers. Like he got one property, these people sold their house for they bought the house for $650,000 and they sold it to him for $375 8 months later. And this property may be one day worth $1 million here real soon. And so it's like, are people really that stupid? And these people had moved and like 7 times in the last 3 years. So yeah, there are people that stupid, but multifamily, once I sold that first multifamily, I was hooked. And the next year I did a big conference. I had a lot of people join my coaching program. Look, if you go to tothemooncontractor.com, in our coaching program, we help you with your Facebook. We recruit salespeople. We coach you every week. And, it works for roofers. It works for contractors, exterior guys. They love it. But, if you're trying to just get in the business, this ain't the program for you. We can give you free access to that. Now, if you're a sales guy, you want to make your first 200 grand, just type in Sky Diamonds. We'll show you how you can do it. But the idea is like, dude, this property was a 100-unit property. It was on the water, and it had damage from a storm, but the property owner did not want to fix it. And so we acquired, it was definitely a C-class property. C-class means that it's borderline ghetto as fuck. And so, really investing millions of dollars in this property was scary. We didn't know how much rotten wood, bad issues, lots of reconstruction. We ended up spending about $1 million on the reconstruction, $2 million on the down payment. We acquired the property at $11 million. The property was about $100,000 a unit. Our goal was in 5 years to exit at over $200,000 per unit. Now, this is in Daytona Beach. It's a waterfront piece of property, and Daytona has a lot of job growth. And there was a lot of growth in real estate in a short period of time. So in a 2.5-year window, we actually met our goal. And so we got $3 million into the property as far as like the down payment, and $1 million into the construction, and we purchased the property for $11 million. So we had $12 million in the property, and then we sold it for $18 million, and we made $6 million profit in 2.5 years. And I say we because I did it with passive investors, and every single passive investor made 2.5x times on their money. They say, Lee, why do they call you the Grant Cardona Roofing? Is that a bunch of fluff? And I say, because I am, because that's how it all started. I haven't done as many real estate deals as Grant. I'm not worth $1 billion. I don't have the real estate portfolio he does, but he did teach me about the power of multifamily when I did a roof for him, got his insurance company to pay for the roof, knocked on his door, closed him, filmed the whole process. And what I did was I connected with Grant's asset manager. This is back 8 years ago. And this guy's name was Ben. And guys, your network is your net worth, and dude, you're the sum of the 5 people you spend the most time with. And if you're watching this right now, dude, I want you to spend more time with me. We use roofing, our construction businesses, to buy real estate. And I did this job for Grant, but he put me off on this dude, his asset manager, and his name was Ben. And I made great friends with Ben, and Ben went off on his own. And when Ben went off on his own, we became partners. And so Ben has acquired thousands of units since he went on to his own. And this property that I'm talking about, it was called Blue Tide. Basically, we were able to flip it from $11 million to $18 million in 2.5 years. There was a lot of different people, production manager, key members, key leaders in my company. And a lot of times, I'll be honest with you, we all love our designer shoes. Okay, we all love our ridiculous watches. We all love our ridiculous cars. But the biggest thing that we love is to be able to put our money into an asset and to be able to 2.5x that asset in literally 2.5 years. And so how was Grant the biggest deal I've ever closed? Well, it was a big idea. For one, the sell was easy. Sometimes the easiest person to sell is a salesman. But it started a chain in motion. I had to create Sky Diamonds University to keep up paying the consulting bill. I realized that roofers needed the same thing that they did. He introduced me to the concept of hiring all these different coaches. I hired all these different coaches, all these different digital marketers. It opened a new world. I'm still partnered with many of the people that I was introduced to through that relationship. And then I started learning from all my students. The reality is it really just started up this love for personal development and for going big and 10X. And so I just figured once I met the dude, did business with him, that he wasn't that impressive, and that if he could do it, I could do it. And even though that I was completely transformed by his training, by everything that he was, I was no longer so impressed that I didn't feel that I couldn't whoop his ass. Like literally. Like, I can buy more apartments. I can make a bigger impact on social media. I'm 37 years old. Bitch, you're 60-something, and I'm coming for your spot. So, at that point, there was a little bit of basically, like this, like, commitment. Like, get rich or die trying. That's sort of like what you got to do. And at that time, my business was a $10 million business. Now my business is a $100 million business. And, the reality is like, that guy Ben, we've invested in another property since then, a multifamily property. It's a piece of property in Tallahassee. There'll be more construction projects in the future. But, real estate has really been where I've been able to multiply my net worth, almost multiply my net worth more than in roofing. And, like even in my own home, people like Grant, like not everything Grant says makes sense. Like when he says that you can't make money on owning your own home, fuck that. That's bullshit. Ask my man Tyler, who's flipping homes in Florida, making $300,000. He can move into any one of those homes and add massive value. But the home I bought, well, I rented. I found one of the nicest neighborhoods in Naples, and I wanted to like immerse myself in the neighborhood, run in the neighborhood, make myself like it, and delivering self-development presents. Yeah. So the bottom line was I couldn't afford my neighbor's house, but before it went on the market, I gave him a shitload of money. And I said, you know what, I'm going to get approved. And I did a subject to deal. And it took me a little while to get approved, but by the time I got approved, the house had appreciated in value over $1 million. So the guy, of course, was good to his word. And so my house, when I invested into it like 2 years ago, it's at least doubled, potentially tripled in value. The average home in my neighborhood's $5, $6, $7 million. And the reality is like, if I was worried about a single family investment, not only would I not have tripled in my money, but I would not have this like my favorite place to spend my time, which is something that guys, when you make your money and you got a family and you want to enjoy your time, like look what Grant did. He went and bought a house on the beach so he could have that whole family vibe instead of always living in a penthouse. And so you know what? There is something about knowing how to make money off a single family, about, the truth is like waterfront property, finding property that's in high demand. My neighborhood's really close to the town square, so it will always be worth a lot of money. It's a very desired spot. Figuring out how to get in, but get in below market value, that's always going to be the answer. And we're going to teach you all this at the Blue Collar American Dream Conference, September 1st through 3rd. As a matter of fact, my friend Chris Rude, He's a wholesaling expert, real estate, like stud, built a $30 million portfolio. He's my age. He's got way more real estate than me. He's going to be talking real estate. Lots of different people coming, people that are business exit experts. There's crazy amount of like interest in our business from private equity and Wall Street. And I've personally acquired 4 of my best clients, and we're working on something that is going to be $1 billion company. And I'm doing it to create the most blue collar millionaires in roofing that's ever been done. And it's because we have the platform, we have the system, we are all joined forces. And while the insurance market is changing, it's solar insurance retail. It's a combination of residential, like asphalt shingle, high-end residential, like tile, metal, and commercial that is really the like proven business system. And so, like, dude, we're in a fight for our American dream. And it don't matter like whether it's you need to know how to defend your family or you need to know how to make a lot of money so that you can, live and enjoy like the time that you spend on this earth. And even if it's just part-time, like, dude, come out, learn about our industry, and it's just something that you have in the cap. One thing that's really cool about what we do is we get relationships with customers. So when we fix a roof that's paid for by the insurance company, a lot of times it creates the opportunity to buy that piece of real estate. A lot of times motivated sellers tell us that they're motivated to leave, and we get property below market value from the customers. One of my guys, Richie Coletti, he's acquired 10 different properties using subject to strategies. And if you're watching us, as I see some of my jiu-jitsu homies coming in here, I know all of us want to become homeowners. Here in Florida, it's expensive. A lot of us are living in Naples. Maybe we're renting. You want to become a homeowner. So it's like, dude, whatever you do, I don't care what job it is. Some of y'all are killing the game in whatever you do. Part-time, you could sell 20 roofs and solar projects a year and add $120,000 to whatever you do. And you could do that in 15 to 30 hours a week. Now, what do? We have to go out there and have a little courage and not worry about what the fuck other people think. That's it. As long as you go out there and talk to motherfuckers, you're going to hit the blue collar lottery ticket. Let me tell you about one we just hit. Maybe y'all saw the YouTube, the commercial business owners, the dinner. We sent out a direct mail. We asked these people to RSVP. You know, it's pretty cool. If you break bread with folks, then it creates reciprocity. Reciprocity means if you do something nice for somebody, it makes it really easy for those people to do business with you, to do something nice for you. And if you just think about it like helping people first, like, so I'm going on a tour. We're going to Texas. We're hitting Houston, Austin, Dallas. We're doing meetups. And what we're going to be doing is we're going to be breaking bread. For the VIPs after the meetup, we're going to get together. We're going to break bread. We're going to eat dinner in every different city. And it's because we want to shake your hand and really grassroots get people to the Blue Collar American Dream Conference. So we got Denver coming up. We got Tampa, Orlando, Miami. We've got Columbus, Ohio. Columbus, Ohio is July 6th. We got Philadelphia, Pennsylvania, July, I think, 8th, 9th, and 10th. Then we come back. We're hitting Tampa, July 10th, Orlando, July 11th, Miami, July 12th. Then we head to Houston, August 1st, Austin, August 2nd. August 3rd, we're in Dallas, but we're going to the Jake Paul fight. Who's going to the Jake Paul versus Nate Diaz fight? If you are, you can catch me on the front row. I'll be there. And I don't know, maybe you could win a ticket. Maybe I'll give away a ticket to the fight so that you could go watch a ticket. Because I did that when Kamaru Usman fought Leon Edwards in Salt Lake. I did a contest to who could sell the most solar, and Donovan Raven won. He won a private jet flight to Salt Lake. He got to sit with me, Sam Taggart, whole squad. We watched a UFC fight. It was off the chain. Too bad Usman got knocked the fuck out. But anyways, guys, the bottom line is we're going to be shaking hands, breaking bread. And at this commercial dinner, we broke bread with a bunch of commercial property owners. And one of the deals from that is about a $4 million job. They're dissatisfied with their contractor, with their adjuster, and their adjuster had only gotten them a limited amount. We work together as a team. A lot of contractors, they want to like sell a job by themselves. So shout out to my man, Harvey Cohen. You can follow him. It's About Justice. He educated the room. And what happened was like inside the room, there was one person that money was burning a hole in their pocket. They had a $2.2 million roof, a $5 million claim. They needed our help. And you know what? one of my sales guys, he was smart. His name was Harrison. After this presentation, you know, I'm pitching them. I got them all fucking worked up, and everybody's all juiced up. These old ladies had talked about their claim, how they needed help, and I clearly knew where the hottest lead in the room was. And I had a team of 10 or 15 sales guys, and it's so funny to see who the sharpest guy in that room was. The sharpest guy in that room was Harrison Hokeness. He knew that the deal was there, and he jumped on it like white on rice. And sure enough, he got the appointment. Yesterday, there was the appointment. I told him, I said, Harrison, the man who shows up to the meeting the most prepared wins. Do y'all believe in that? Because it's true. Because what he did was he went out there. He did a really detailed, thorough report. He broke it down. He showed the damage. He showed the strategy. He gave the references. He put it all into one presentation. And he gave it to the owners before we actually sat with them. And so that set the tone. And it was beautiful. They got that days before we got there. And days before we got there, we educated them in this event. And so when Harrison went there and sat down with them, see, this is a company-generated lead. Harvey helped close them. At first, Harrison's like, no, Lee, I got this. I'll do it myself. Don't worry. We'll bring the lawyers in afterwards. I said, dog, don't play on this thing. Don't play. Bring Harvey to the appointment. Bring him to the Zoom call. Don't do the deal without the attorney. We've done this many times. Dude, I think I'm the best fucking salesman in the world. But numbers don't lie. And we were running these leads without attorneys, without public adjusters, and it's better when you go as a team. Statistically, it's like 3, 4, 5 times better. So I'm like, dude, check your ego at the fucking door and bring Harvey to the deal. So Harvey's in there. He's got his guy through Zoom. They're with the board meeting. They said, no one's educated us this much. Where do we sign? We signed up right up. We got this $5 million deal. You know, Harvey, guy sponsors this dinner. Now gets this $5 million project. We get this $5 million project. Harrison gets this $5 million project. And it's like, how are you only one deal away from a life-changing blue-collar lottery ticket? How are you connected with me? And you don't realize that I looked up Grant Cardone's addresses. He didn't give them to me. I found his cell phone number. He didn't give them to me. I knocked on his door. I didn't have an appointment. I walked out with $1.3 million deal, built 53 roofs. And that was only the beginning of $500 million in results. Now we're rolling up roofing companies into $1 billion. We're creating the most blue-collar millionaires. And look, I want you to be a part of this movement. If you're watching this, you got to be thinking, look, I'm a $100 million guy, but I'm out here to help everybody. I'm giving away free shit, free training, free hats. Everybody that types in Sky Diamonds, you're getting something for free. You're getting a free hat. You're getting a free book. You're getting something for free. Type in where you're from. Type in Sky Diamonds. I got to get you my training. You know, it's not just the online training that's important. What we do different is we pour into our community. We got a community. And I hold people accountable with weekly focus calls. I give them my marketing system. I give them the scripts to do the videos. They blow up on video. I give them my recruiting funnel. We blow them up with sales guys. Every single person who executes it hires 20 new door-to-door studs. We build your door-to-door team, turn them into champions. I give you all the business that I got in a box, all the forms, all the documents, all the university. Now we guarantee a $500,000 exchange. This is a $500,000 guarantee. Average roof's about 20 grand. We give 25 job guarantee. And inside of this program, it's more than a car, less than a house. Most of y'all are soft as baby shit and couldn't fucking do this. And I'm not talking about you couldn't do the program. You couldn't just have the balls to invest in yourself. I see this so many times. People want to connect, but they don't realize in order for me to close Grant Cardone, I had to bust the fucking check. I had to cut the fucking check. You can call me Mr. Cut the Check. I'm not afraid to cut the check. My friend Ray Cash Carey is going to be speaking at the event. He closed me an Operation Black Site. Recently, I joined Eric Spofford's mastermind. I'm a part of Wes Watson's coaching group. 3 different masterminds and coaching groups that I've paid lots of money, at least 6 figures in the last 6 months because, dude, I practice what I preach. And so many of y'all I talk to have never hired a coach. And you're like, God damn, Lee, how'd you get to be the king of roofing? I fucking hired coaches and listened to them, did what they said. I figured they could put their pants on one leg at a time. They were no different than me. So, guys, if you want Sky Diamonds, type it in. I'm going to get you access to the platform. We're going to call you. I want you to go ahead and DM me, though, if you want to have a conversation. If you really believe that your company deserves having my team, having me in your corner, then I want you to go ahead and send me a DM, send me a message, send me an email if you're on YouTube, Lee at Sky Diamonds University. Tell me what you want in your business. Tell me your why, and tell me your goals, and give me your phone number, and I'll help you get there. Okay, my email is Lee at SkyDiamondsUniversity.com. Hell, if y'all want to text me on my cell phone, y'all want my cell phone number? I'm about to get my cell phone number out here live on camera. 817-908-9570. Look, I'm accessible. I put myself out in the world. And my man, Brian, the contractor from LA, the first time he joined my program, you got to be like Brian. This man joined my program. He didn't even have a license. He's a young cat. He's out there hustling, going to do $1 million this year. Proud of this dude. He's killing the game. Don't even need a hailstorm. He's got retail. He's killing the game. Wait till you get solar, Brian. But the first time Brian joined my fucking coaching package, he didn't even have a license. He didn't care. Commit now, figured out later. Comes back a year around. I meet him in another mastermind, and now he rejoins my mastermind. He's fucking killing it. He's showing up to the calls. He's always getting after it, and the truth is like, Lee, it's not the right time. Well, you know what? It wasn't the right time for Brian either, but he still fucking killed it. Now, honestly, he's able to get like $1 million in results without me, with me, like back in my program. What's going to happen is like, dude, we're going to do 5 million, Brian, because you're going to start selling solar. And if you're in California not selling solar, you're crazy. And so hopefully you got on the phone with Mitch and y'all been able to chop it up. And really what I want you to remember, Brian, is something simple. You don't need to learn how to sell solar like all the roofing components, all the things you had to learn, all the pricing, all the measuring. You don't have to learn that shit. All you have to talk about is the fucking power companies raising the price, how inflation's out of control, how all the damn Teslas are driving up how much the cost of energy is. And if you just get a copy of the power bill, I'm not one of these pesky bullshit solar sales guys. I'm a roofing contractor. We're going to do it cheaper. We're going to give a better deal. We're going to warranty it for life. And I don't care if you've talked to some solar salesman. They ain't a roofing contractor, and we could do it better. We can give you a better value, better warranty, and better price guaranteed. Now, just need a copy of your power bill, and I'm going to connect you with Lee Haight. Let me tell you about Lee. He's the very best in our space, in our industry. He won't shoot you the wrong way, and what we're going to do is a complete energy evaluation. We're going to see where you're throwing money out the window, what we can do to make your home more efficient. Look, this guy's kind of a big deal. If I get a copy of your power bill, man, you got to make sure that that you stick around, that you give him a time of day. Brian, all you got to do is set appointments like that. You bring appointments. See, we love California. California is because how much the cost of kilowatt hour, how much solar costs. And my man just came on here. Let me tell you something, guys. The biggest opportunity in roofing is actually from the solar industry. The solar industry doesn't know how much money that they can make in roofing, the same as the roofing industry doesn't know how much money they can make in solar. That's why I've got an app called Roofing Redline that's going to connect the two. A solar guy would only have to find someone interested in a roof, get an instant roof quote, add that amount to his solar deal, tap into the opportunity to double their commissions. A roofing guy, same sentence, can use this app. This is a canvassing tool. This is the best canvassing tool I've ever seen, and it could be a free canvassing tool for you if all you did was upload one power bill a month and refer that power bill someone, a homeowner, someone you built trust with, that would be interested in saving money, going green. And all you do is click a button, and then somebody from the network closes the deal for you. And the cool thing about that is like we pay something like 25 cents per kilowatt hour per closed deal. And what that means is like on an average job, you're talking about anywhere, I don't know, I would say anywhere from $2,500 to $3,500 per lead, and you don't have to do anything. And so it's one thing if you're like, Lee, I'll give you a referral for the solar. I'll give you $500. I'll give you $1,000. I ain't giving you no referral. I ain't giving you my customer and book of business for that. You break bread with me though. You give me half the money, and I don't have to do it. You give me $3,000, $4,000, $5,000, and I just have to refer the deal, and you close the deal. Show me the money, baby. Show me the money. And so roofers, that's really where you fucked up in the solar industry, is you don't know how to sell it. And you think you're so good at selling roofs that you can sell solar, and you got it dead wrong. Just like you probably think that you don't need a coach, that you don't need mentorship. Let me tell you something. You know why I'm a motherfucking $100 million roofer? Because I stopped thinking like that like almost 10 years ago. I commit now and figure it out later. Like even when it's not into coaching. You know, I got my guy, Joe Skiba. He just comes in. He's the director of commercial. He wasn't necessarily ready for the leadership position. He told me when I asked him to be a leader, he said, Lee, I don't know if I can do this position. I don't know if I'm ready for it. You know what he did? He took the position. He's done a great job in the position. You know, we go through things. We got strengths. We got weaknesses. One thing about Joe is that he always shows up. He ain't scared to take ownership for what he did in the situation, and he works his ass off. And if you stay coachable, then you know what? You can't be mad at somebody like that. You know what? Here it comes down to it. Y'all all got to be ready for the next step up in your life before you're fucking ready for it. You ain't going to be ready for it. Nobody's ready for it. When opportunity comes, it's not like you're just fucking sitting there and it's just all primed up and perfect for you. So look, guys, I went on and on and on just because we're going to give you more access to me. You know, I run a big company. It's hard for different companies to find the time to put this kind of energy out, but this is the lion's den. Okay, this is where y'all can ask questions. I can chime back. We can communicate and go live. We're doing this on Wednesdays at 12. Y'all need to come and understand, like, dude, this is coming together in the next 60 days. Fort Myers, we got Jiu-Jitsu seminar with Gilbert Burns, personal development, sales, marketing, operation, leadership, Wes Watson, Bradley, Dave Meltzer, Nick Santasano. Not just that, we've got all the guys, all the heavy hitters from my network, the guys that have killed the game, the people in my community that you want to meet, and it's for all home service contractors, roofer guys, solar guys, and people that are trying to get into the business. But this is the lion's den. This is for everybody. And so everybody, like almost every multimillionaire has real estate's got something to do with it. And so, you know, if you want a way to get into that, and that's one other thing, man, is like, you know, some of y'all got all the tools. You're doing great. You can sell, you can build, you can do the business. You're great, but you're an elite body. Like all you have to do is just get serious about your fitness and get into the next level of habit and discipline, and you could see more energy, you could see more belief, you could see more of law of attraction in your life, you could be happier. And this is really not even about the money. This is just about, like, you know what, maximizing your time here on this earth. And that's why basically at this conference, you know, my Muay Thai coach, like, even if you don't want to get hit in the face, you just want to come hit the mitts, move around, pretend like you're in the UFC. Come on, you know, you say you got a little experience with jiu-jitsu and you're like, I want a chance to choke Lee out in front of everybody. And so, you know, come on down. How much are your referral fees if someone throws you a lead or a copy of the power bill? They are 25 cents per kilowatt hour, every closed deal. Some closed deals could be 20 kilowatts. It could be 11, 12. So the average one's probably going to be over 3,000, you know, 2,800, 3,000, 3,500. And the way it works is we teach you how to set a good appointment. We teach you how to get that customer warmed up, ready for it, pre-sold, pre-qualified. The better that you got them pre-sold, the pre-qualified, the more that you send us, the more that you make. And you don't have to get into the business. All you have to do is capture the lead. And so a lot of times on a roof as a business owner, we may only make $2,500, $3,000 per roof. And you might say, well, there's more money in solar than there is in roofing. And you might be right, but roofing is essential. We're necessary. Solar, while it is outside and you could call it essential, it is not necessary on a home. You can get power from your electric company. And so that being said, guys, any other comments about any other questions, anything like this? We're going to wrap this thing up. This is the line in. We're going live for an hour every Wednesday. I know where 15 leads are right now. What do I do with them? So we have a platform, and you just upload the leads into the platform, send me a DM, and I see you're a real estate. We have a specific platform for realtors. It's so simple. It's a simple website that's customized just for realtors. You can send it to your clients to fill out. It'll just literally capture their address, capture a little bit of information, give you the opportunity to upload their power bill, and then we'll start to work on your proposal and closing that deal for you. And realtors also qualify for the same level of commissions. $2,800, $3,000, $3,500 just to refer it. And thanks for everything you do. Hey, thank you. Appreciate it. We're going to keep the content coming. Storm damage, missing, shingles, hail damage. Yeah. and we'll teach you how to get into that game as well. That's the main game. Where are you coming in from? Guys, it's been an hour. It's been a lot of fun. We're going to be doing this again. Appreciate everybody. This has been the Lions Den. We're doing a 1 hour Q&A, 12 o'clock Wednesdays, and we're going to do it every Wednesday. So appreciate y'all. Till next time. Central Florida, we're in Orlando, so send me a DM. I have an office in Orlando, and I can get you all set up. And I can actually get you a live meeting with my team in Central Florida. I may forget when I go off of the live stream. I don't know if I'm going to be able to get all the notes. I'm going to try and save it before I delete it. But send me a DM with your contact info, and I'll be in touch. All right, guys. Thank y'all.